I mean, they're not all the same. The index finger is well trained, the middle finger is okay, the ring finger and the little finger. I composed one exercise for each finger so you can increase your finger dexterity one by one. I kept them all very short and to the point and easy-ish, but they're all very musical. So let's start with something familiar for the index finger, G and C. Have a listen. Now before I walk you through the exercise, the main takeaway for you here is it's two common shapes like G and a C of some kind and a few embellishments, and those embellishments you can later on use in almost any song that you're gonna play, so you can add like an extra melody to your strumming or finger picking, something like that. And so on. And the cool thing here is you keep those fingers in place unless you change chord here, but those remain in place. And you will not only increase the dexterity of your index finger, but also you'll learn to keep your fingers close to the fretboard, which will make your guitar playing very efficient. Now let's gear down and see what's important here. You have your fingering here, so top string, 3rd fret, middle finger, and then the bottom 2 strings, ring finger and little finger, also on the 3rd fret. And what you do is you play your top string first as a single string, and then you strum like the last 3 or last 4 as your chord. And then you play single notes, and this is where your index finger becomes active. G string, 2nd fret, G string, open string, D string, 2nd fret, and D string, open string. And then you repeat that. Then you move to that C, so you go down with your middle finger 1 string and you pluck that string and your chord remains the same and the single notes remain the same. And then you're back to the start. Now if you usually don't play with the guitar pick, then you can play with your thumb only. With thumb and index finger. Now let's see what we can do for your middle finger. This exercise is very different. The notes I chose represent a chord progression without playing the entire chords. So it's a very stripped down version of 2 notes at a time, which puts the emphasis on the melody, and here's how to play it. Now let's see what's important here. I have my middle and ring finger on the 2nd fret D and G string. I start with the D string, then I play the G string, and I lift the middle finger, same strings, and then I put the middle finger top string 2nd fret, play that string and then G string again. Then I move that 2 frets to the right, one again to the right, but this time I add the little finger 6th fret G string. That's the first half. Let's repeat that slowly. And then the second half starts like that on the very same chord here. So I play the same 2 notes again, and I lift the middle finger. Then I go to that 4th and 4th fret fingering here. Lift the middle finger again, we want to keep the middle finger busy, and then 2nd fret, 2nd fret, same 2 strings, right? And then there's a melody at the end, starting on the 2nd fret, middle finger A string, slide up to the 4th, and then D string 4th fret, and back to the start. So second half goes like that. Same thing here, if you feel more comfortable playing with your fingers, then do so please, and feel free to experiment with the rhythm. Now the ring finger, this exercise, once you got your head around it, it's kind of like an addictive loop, so I hope you're gonna like it. find that sounds very interesting, and not only do you train your ring finger here, but also all those string changes. That is an extra challenge, and here's how to play it. So you start with a low E string as an open string, and then 12th fret with the little finger on the high E string, and then the ring finger 12th fret B string, and then again 12th fret high E, and then I go to the G string with the ring finger, and then D string, and then on the A string I do it differently. I do the 10th fret with the index finger, and then I'm back to the top string but 12th fret again, and then I slide down, and then I play the A string as an open bass note and do the exact same thing on the 5th fret. Also here on the 3rd fret A string, and then 5th fret top string, and then I slide that up, although I play the low E string after that, and I'm back to that beginning here. Now this exercise had a certain vibe I can't explain. Try that on the electric with more sustain and some reverb. That is something special. The exercise for the little finger is based around open chords. If you need any help with your guitar playing, then check out highguitar.com where you can get one-on-one lessons. I understand how frustrating it is to be enthusiastic about guitar playing but not know where to start or what to do next. And that's why every month I help dozens of people just like you to learn guitar quickly, and I'd love to do the same for you. Now, as I said, those embellishments, that's the next level chord playing. That is what makes guitar parts that recognizable, that you hear someone play that guitar part and you feel like, oh, I know that from the record. Because it's often not only D and G and so on, but there's more going on. So here's the exercise. Now the first chord shape you're gonna need is D major, that triangle here. So middle finger, 2nd fret, high E string, and then 3rd fret ring finger, and then 2nd fret again, index finger. And then you add your little finger for the first downstroke, and then upstroke and downstroke without the little finger. And then 4 in a row, starting with the downstroke with the little finger. And that you repeat. Then you leave the little finger on the fretboard, lift all others, and go with the middle finger top string 3rd fret. Downstroke, and then up and down without the little finger. And then 4 in a row, starting with the downstroke with the little finger, so we keep the little finger busy here. And that you repeat. And then back to the start. This here's my recommendation for you as you're looking into improving all your fingers. The pinky needs some extra attention, so watch this next.